Hello, and thank you for watching the McAllen News Update. I'm Crystal Garcia.
And I'm Roy Cantu. The city of McAllen has been working around the clock assisting residents with the aftermath of the recent rainstorm. On the afternoon of March 27, a significant rainstorm hit McAllen and the Rio Grande Valley, which dumped anywhere from 7 to 12 inches of rain across McAllen and over 20 inches of some parts of the Rio Grande Valley. McAllen first responders, law enforcement, and emergency management staff jumped into action to help residents affected by the storm. Since then, the city of McAllen has been busy at work to provide residents with some relief from the recent rainstorm, including partnering with the World Central Kitchen and the Salvation Army to provide meals for South McAllen, one of the hardest hit areas of the city. Additionally, McAllen Public Works is actively collecting debris and brush caused by the recent heavy rainfall. Here are some tips for residents. Place all debris and brush curbside. Be patient as crews make their way through the city. Utilize the Bag It program. Residents can pick up 20 free compostable bags per month at various city facilities to dispose of grass clippings and leaves. These bags help in composting process and keep the city clean. For questions or additional information, contact McAllen Public Works Department at 681-4000. Also, in response to recent flooding, the city of McAllen will waive building permit requirements for home repairs caused by flood damage. This measure is intended to help residents recover more quickly from the effects of the storm. This waiver will be in effect for a grace period of 90 days to allow homeowners sufficient time to file insurance claims and begin necessary repairs. It is important to note that this waiver applies only to repairs related to flood damage. For any other construction, remodeling, or new development projects, residents must still obtain the necessary permits. Residents are encouraged to contact the City of McAllen's Permits and Inspections Department for guidance on qualifying repairs and to ensure compliance with local building codes. While general home repairs will not require a permit, electrical and plumbing repairs will still require a permit and must be performed by a licensed contractor. Residents are strongly encouraged to hire reputable contractors as city inspections will not be conducted on work that does not require a permit. To assist in possible future recovery efforts, residents should take photos of all damage, save all receipts related to repairs, and report all damages in ISTAT, the State of Texas Individual State of Texas Assessment Tool, which helps assess disaster impacts in affected communities. Report your damages through the TDM ISTAT portal. For more information, please contact the McAllen Building Department at 681-1300.
Due to the heavy rain, the city of McAllen will be spraying for mosquitoes throughout the city. The idea is to help reduce the mosquito population that normally forms after rainfall and reduce the risk of any mosquito-borne illnesses. There are ways residents can help keep mosquitoes away, like removing any standing water in yards or containers. Use insect repellent when going outdoors and wear long sleeves and pants. You can also stay updated by following www.mcallen.net.
Hundreds of emergency responders attended the South Texas All Hazards Conference at the McAllen Convention Center. The STAC is the second largest training conference of its kind in the state of Texas and is the only conference offered at no charge to invited participants. More than 3,000 individuals from public health, public safety, public works, incident and emergency management, law enforcement, and educational institutions attended. The conference was open to local, state, or federal personnel who respond to emergencies, including natural disasters or man-made. The conference follows the National Incident Management System, or NIMS, in organization and execution. NIMS is a standardized approach to incident management developed by the Department of Homeland Security to facilitate coordination between all responders. The conference provided leaders, decision makers, healthcare clinicians, preparedness professionals, and first responders with opportunities for networking, resource sharing, scholarly exchange, and continuing education. Attendees will receive continuing education credits through Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service, TEEX, and the Texas Department of State Health Services. Keynote speakers included retired Drug Enforcement Administration agents Javier Peña and Stephen Murphy, who were the lead federal agents who took down noted drug trafficker Pablo Escobar. Here's more on their story.
All right.
The retired Drug Enforcement Administration agents who inspired the Netflix series Narcos headlined the 11th annual South Texas All Hazards Conference at the McAllen Convention Center. Retired agents Steve Murphy and Javier Peña were the keynote speakers who addressed the hundreds of individuals that attended the conference.
The topic of our presentation today is kind of centered on making decisions under difficult times. And we use the story about Pablo Escobar to express that story, talk about some of the things that we encountered. Making decisions in critical circumstances when you're being shot at is pretty critical.
Murphy says after retirement, he and his partner Javier Peña sat down with the producers to tell them their story about the Pablo Escobar drug cartel, which was the basis of the Netflix series Narcos.
We want the world to know the truth, but we also want everybody to know that there's nothing special about us. You know, if we can do it, anybody can do it.
Both federal agents were involved in the capture of the elusive drug trafficker.
We tell the history of Pablo Escobar and really the emphasis on the drug violence that's associated with this past cartel. And as we look at cartels right now, their main focus is the violence.
Peña and Murphy admit the law enforcement agencies cannot fight crime on their own. They need assistance from the community.
We're big believers in education, teaching at an earlier age. Y'all remember, a lot of them remember the DARE programs in school. We need more of that. It's, they asked us what the solution is. The solution is in education.
The STAC conference organizers always bring keynote speakers who will inspire and motivate emergency responders to continue in their duty of serving the community by responding in emergencies. At times, the conference attracts real-life heroes, whether it was a firefighter who survived 9/11, a military veteran who fought terrorism in Iraq, or in this case, the real men who fought on the front line of the drug war.
Thanks to an initiative led by McAllen's Risk Management Department, city employees are learning new skills that might save lives. Here's a look at one of 47 automated external defibrillators being installed across different facilities in the city. The $150,000 investment ensures that CPR and AED use is being taught to employees in an effort to help protect the health and well-being of employees, residents, and visitors.
It's really important for all employees in the city of McAllen to be trained because this training provides early CPR. Early CPR means a greater survival rate. And it enables us as first responders to get there, and then if an employee tells us, hey, there's already 2 rounds of CPR, we could gauge that and we go from there.
For more information about this initiative, contact the City of McAllen Risk Management Department at 956-681-1413.
The McAllen Fire Department demonstrated an emergency rescue for high school students at McAllen ISD's Achieve Early College High School. The firemen used the jaws of life to simulate rescuing a driver from a wrecked vehicle. It is called an extrication lab. The students will become certified emergency medical technicians after 2 classes. The EMT classes are held to provide students hands-on learning in real-life scenarios. The EMT certification is one of many professional licenses and certifications McAllen ISD high school students can earn through the district's Career Technical Education CTE program.
McAllen firefighters are staying sharp on their training. Firefighters worked on high-angle rescue and rappelling in case a patient is in a high place that needs assistance. Now, this training helps firefighters learn ways to bring them down safely.
The key is to do it, of course, safely and effectively, but time is of the essence on any rescue. And so, working with ropes and working with this type of equipment, it's a perishable skill.
All McAllen Fire Department firefighters must participate in this training at least once a year. The City of McAllen has named Omar Sotelo as the new director for the city's Planning and Zoning Department. Sotelo has around 2 decades of experience in urban planning, architecture, development, coordination, and more. Sotelo also has a background in project management, safety compliance, and customer service. The new director will oversee the city's land use policies, zoning regulations, development coordination, and the implementation of the Envision McAllen Comprehensive Plan. He will work closely with developers, residents, and city leaders to ensure that McAllen's growth remains well planned for all stakeholders.
The City of McAllen proudly kicked off its celebration of Women's History Month, honoring the achievements, resilience, and leadership of women in the community. In March, Mayor Javier Villalobos and the McAllen City Commission officially proclaimed March as Women's History Month and March 8th as International Women's Day, recognizing the profound contributions of women in shaping society. McAllen stands out among Rio Grande Valley and border municipalities with nearly equal representation of women and men leading city departments, an achievement that underscores the city's commitment to diversity and inclusion. For the past 7 years, McAllen has proudly honored Women's History Month, recognizing the remarkable contributions of women in the community. This year's celebration was one of the most impactful yet, as the city continues to champion the spirit of fearless leadership and bold innovation.
McAllen hosted multiple events for its female workforce and to develop female leadership. The highlight of the activities is the International Women's Day Breakfast Symposium, which features trailblazing women from the community. This year's trailblazing keynote speaker was First Lady of San Antonio, Erica Prosper Nierenberg, an HEB executive and proud Rio Grande Valley native. Prosper spoke to attendees talking about her upbringing and how it has shaped her both professionally and personally. She later answered questions and even offered advice.
Women are fierce and brave every day. They show up not just for their families, but for their teams. I think women are also the one that most of society depends on to say something.
Another favorite Women's History Month activity offered to McAllen's young female workforce is the Speed Mentoring Session, which features female department directors and provided opportunities for employees to relate to the experiences shared by panelists, making them feel like they too can achieve their goals. The session also provides an opportunity for employees to interact with different directors they may not see often, helping them learn to network. Other events included a color analysis session and a yoga session for McAllen's female workforce. Well, it's that time of year again. The City of McAllen and the McAllen Convention Center announced new highlights for this year's McAllen Festival. McAllen is McAllen's Latino and Cultural Arts Festival, which will take place May 9th through May 11th. Some of those highlights included the International Business Summit, Signature Food Festival, a Neon Lights 5K, Lucha Libre, the Naili Calenda Parade, and bands of many different genres that showcase Latino culture. But that's not all.
In addition to the cultural offerings, the art, entertainment, everything that the community expects from that, we've started an economic summit. This year we're going to highlight AI opportunities.
Another major announcement was made as the long-awaited return of Border Texan of the Year returns. The dinner will now serve as the official opening gala set for May 8th, right before McAllen kicks off. The gala will honor leaders who have helped to shape the Rio Grande Valley. Previous honorees have included Governor George W. Bush, Senator John Cornyn, Charles C. Butt, Lieutenant Governor Bob Bullock, Chancellor John Sharp, Senator Eddie Lucille Jr., and Dr. Guy Bailey, who was most recently honored in 2019. The McAllen Performing and Cultural Arts Foundation, traditionally the producer of the McAllen Gala, will now co-produce the Border Texan of the Year banquet alongside the Border Texan Board of Directors. This collaboration emphasizes a shared vision of cultural celebration, civic pride, and community transformation. Through recognition and fundraising, the event supports critical community initiatives, scholarships, nonprofits, and arts organizations aiming to foster a lasting positive impact in South Texas. McAllen, a family-friendly event, will be free on Friday, and tickets for the remaining days for McAllen are now available on McAllen.com.
The McAllen Public Library hosted the World Languages Festival, celebrating global cultures. McAllen Public Library hosted its 5th annual World Languages Festival, an IFEA award-winning celebration of global cultures through language, music, and the arts. The festival was held in the main library. Featured guest performer Elizabeth Kahura presented Sound of Africa, an interactive drumming and dance performance that highlighted the similarities and differences between cultures. Audiences participated in drum circles, rhythm exercises, and dance demonstrations, and learned about the history of authentic African musical instruments. Additional performances range from cultural traditions to the stage, including an Indian art form rooted in storytelling by Akshaya Dance Academy. Traditional Irish dance by McAllen Irish Arts showcased rhythmic footwork and Samuel Nori Percussion Ensemble by the UTRGV Department of Writing and Language Studies, blending Korean drumming with storytelling.
Big news for the Palmview Branch Library. The City of McAllen's Palmview Branch Library received funding through the Family Place Libraries Project Grant. The library was one of only 10 libraries in the state to receive this grant, awarded by the Texas State Library and Archives Commission. The funds will help the Palmview branch develop early learning spaces, programming, and parenting resources that'll help support children up to 5 years old and their families.
The City of McAllen hosted a spring hiring event at the McAllen Public Library. Attendees were encouraged to bring their resumes, and some interviews were even conducted on site. For anyone who would like to join the McAllen team, the city's Human Resources Department is always looking for good candidates to apply for jobs available with the City of McAllen by applying online at mcallen.net/jobs.
The McAllen Chamber of Commerce will soon be hosting their Administrative Professionals Day Luncheon. This year's event is expecting more than 400 attendees to help celebrate the contributions of administrative professionals. Those in attendance will hear from keynote speaker Wendy Knight, known for leading Sea Turtle Inc. through the largest cold stun rescue in history. Knight will be sharing her insight on change and adaptability. The luncheon will be at the McAllen Convention Center April 23rd and doors open at 11 o'clock.
The City of McAllen hosted the Texas Transit Association Conference and Rodeo. Approximately 100 bus drivers, mechanics participated in skills competitions. The drivers and mechanics competed at the McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium Northside parking lot. The 2025 State Rodeo is an opportunity to honor and showcase the exceptional skills of transit operators and maintenance teams. The bus driving competition featured 40-foot, 35-foot, and van paratransit divisions, while maintenance teams competed to repair buses with various mechanical issues. After the competition, the 2025 TTA Annual Conference, which was held at the McAllen Convention Center, started with an exciting and enriching conference that included dynamic general sessions featuring keynote speakers who challenged perspectives and sparked innovation. Approximately 600 mass transit professionals from organizations across the state, including municipalities, nonprofit government entities, nonprofits, and transit authority entities attended the annual event.
The McAllen Chamber of Commerce is calling all foodies. The McAllen Chamber of Commerce, the City of McAllen, and Visit McAllen teamed up to launch the McAllen Foodie Tour. McAllen's Foodie Tour helps highlight the importance of local restaurants by encouraging residents and visitors to try McAllen restaurants, even order from their secret menus, and participate in social media challenges. For updates on the Foodie Tour and what restaurants took part in it, head over to Visit McAllen's social media accounts and look up the Foodie Tour. Now, those who participated were able to win prizes like gift cards and hotel stays.
Bright City, Safe Streets, McAllen shines. City of McAllen traffic crews were hard at work upgrading traffic signal lights across the city to improve visibility with more reflective, high-quality materials. These improvements ensure safer streets for motorists, pedestrians, and cyclists who share the road. This project is part of the McAllen Shines initiative, which is dedicated to fostering a cleaner and greener community while enhancing the quality of life for all residents by doing the right thing. The McAllen Public Library is now home to the 6th tiny forest in the City of McAllen. Sam Cáceres joins us in the studio with that story. Sam?
Thank you, Roy. The City of McAllen planted its latest tiny forest on the grounds of the McAllen Public Library. This tiny forest planting initiative was set into motion to improve the quality of life and the environment throughout the city for all visitors and wildlife. Let's take a look at how this was made possible.
Every now and then when you pass here, I want you to say, I did it. I helped the City of McAllen. I planted this tiny forest.
This tiny forest planting ceremony, sponsored by HEB, was a free community event that encouraged families to celebrate and participate in the newest Tiny Forest edition. The McAllen Public Library is proud to house the newest Tiny Forest, as it will provide a safe habitat for small animals like birds, butterflies, and squirrels, while providing a space for relaxation and reflection for all visitors. Quinta Mazatlan is thankful for all the partnerships and collaborations that have allowed this vision to come to life.
This is such a great story on how McAllen continues to invest in trees to cool our cities and beautify our home. Our partnerships are key. Our partnerships with McAllen Public Library to create a natural playscape and a tiny forest. Our partnerships with HEB that gave us significant grant to put in 1,000 trees to create a piece of habitat in addition to a natural playscape. That combination is just the quality of life that we are giving our citizens and our visitors and our eco-tourists.
Colleen says the Friends of Quinta Mazatlan are looking forward to seeing these tiny forests grow over the next few years. Seeing the community excited about these positive changes is what makes HEB proud to sponsor these events and give back to the community to make it a great space for families to enjoy together.
And it makes us feel excited, you know. We're doing this not just for ourselves, for the right now, right? We're doing it for our children and, you know, years to come, 20, 30 years, we'll finally see these plants grow and be beneficial to our families.
Quinta Mazatlan, McAllen's World Birding Center says access to nature, even in small doses, has big benefits. It reduces stress, improves cognitive functions, and overall well-being. This tiny forest planting ceremony will not be the last. This initiative will continue to provide a happier and healthier tomorrow for all those who play, visit, and live in McAllen. If you haven't already done so, be sure to stop by the McAllen Public Library with your friends and family to enjoy this newly planted tiny forest. To find out more information on when and where the next one will take place, be sure to follow Quinta Mazatlan and the City of McAllen on Facebook, Instagram, and X. For the City of McAllen, I'm Samantha Casares.
It's that time of year again, and Keep McAllen Beautiful is encouraging residents to help spring clean the city. One way to do this is to participate in this year's Greatest American Cleanup and Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. This event will take place April 12th at the McAllen Municipal Park. Volunteers will be given a free t-shirt and issued safety vests, gloves, trash bags, and a sign to an area to help pick up litter. Once done, volunteers will be treated to hot dogs, soda, games, and a chance to win raffle prizes. For volunteer opportunities, head over to keepmcallenbeautiful.org.
The McAllen Police Department welcomes 6 new officers after completing the police academy. The cadets developed into officers after extensive training of the Texas Basic Peace Officers course, which included long hours of academics and physical fitness. The new officers took their oath to protect and serve the McAllen community in front of family and friends. Congratulations to the newest McAllen police officers for answering the call to serve and protect the community of McAllen.
A drive-thru at McAllen City Hall is temporarily closed. The McAllen Public Utility drive-thru on the east side of McAllen City Hall is undergoing renovations to improve safety and efficiency. During this time, MPU customers can continue to make payments at the customer service window in McAllen City Hall or pay online by clicking on Pay Your Water Bill at www.mcallen.net. Well, that's going to do it for us here. Thanks for watching McAllen News Update. For the City of McAllen, I'm Crystal Garcia.
And I'm Roy Cantu. We will see you next time.